Alright, welcome back to another cheat tutorial here. In this one I'm going to show you a color cycling hack. It's really simple. It's not overly complicated. We're in free drive mode. I'm going to pick a supercar. The main thing you got to remember here is you got to pick a custom color or this hack will not work. So let's pick so scroll all the way to the end. Pick
The Super Snake
color.
is a package offered by Shelby to enhance the power and looks of the Ford Shelby GT500. Everything a balls-to-the-wall muscle car needs. With an increase of 16 horsepower of boost on...
Now that we've picked, you can pick any custom color you want, any finish. It doesn't mean shit. We can change that in the game here once it's loaded up, so that's kind of a minor point. But you do have to pick custom color or this little script will not work. Alright. Pause that there. Shift over to Cheat Engine. Link the process. Double click it. Ready to go here. So we're going to bring up Notepad. And these are the pointers I want you to put in. So I'm going to copy Hue. And I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. Paste. These are all float except for the finish. Pointer. This is 3D0. No, 3E0. You'll copy this, paste it, and you're done with that one. And we'll go ahead and bring the script in while we're at it. So copy that all. Copy. We can go ahead and close this out. Hit highlight any of these and just hit Control B, Control A, Control V. File, assign to current cheat table, and we can close this shit out. Call this rainbow colors, and we'll put that up here. And just for fun, we'll just go ahead and create a header. So right click down here in the space, create header. We'll call vehicle options. No memory sport. Bring that up here. Well, we can leave it down there, and then we just click the script and then hold shift, click finish, drag it until it centers out, and there we go. And then we can click group config, manually collapse or expand, and now we got it cleaned up a little bit. Alright, let me explain what this is. We'll start with this one really simple. 0 is gloss, 2 is matte. These are your finishes in the custom colors picker. 3 is metallic and 2 is pearl. So again, 0 is gloss, 1 is matte, 2 is pearl, and 3 is metallic. Your brightness control here, it determines whether you're, how bright the colors are. So if I set this to 0, it's going to be a black car now. Simple, right? Set it midway between, like 0.5. These all go from these floats go from 0 to 1. Of course, we can put it back to 1. Of course, if I set like saturation to 0, which it means the amount of color saturation, that's going to turn that car into white. So there you go. Simple, right? And this right here is your hue color. So say if I wanted a yellow color, it would be 0.15. Let's say I want a lime green car, it's 0.3. Aqua is 0.5. I think like a bright purple or pink is 0.3, something like that. I think you get the point. This changes your color. Now I think you can see where we're going with this. Of course, 0 is red, and 1 is red. So it goes from 0 to 1. So we'll just put it at 0. Now let's take a look at the script. Now this is really easy. This I allotted for 1 extra memory address step. And what that does is that is going to increasing this hue in value. So that's what's cycling it through the color spectrum. So that's pretty simple. You can make it go well. Let's just test it out here. So I'm gonna hotkey this with my left thumbstick so I can toggle it on and off, and we'll have it talk to us. And we'll toggle it on.
Rainbow colors activated.
So that's kind of my disk setting. I like that it kind of cycles through it at a nice pace. It's not overly quick. So 1/1000th of .001 is a pretty good setting. Now we can change that.
Rainbow colors deactivated.
If you wanted to do it faster, you just change this little number right here. Let's say it's 0.5. Cycle it on here.
Rainbow
Now
colors activated. Rainbow colors deactivated.
So that changes the speed. Something a little slower might be like 0.5. That'd be a little more noticeable.
Rainbow colors activated.
See?
Rainbow colors deactivated.
Okay. Take a look at the script here. I'll set this back to 0. It's red. Script's pretty simple here. What I do, since the colors go from 0 to 1, then I need to go from 0, which is red, starting out, or whatever color it is starting out, and then once it hits 1, then I want it to loop around to 0, and then go through those color spectrums again, and just keep looping, right? Alright, so this right here is a memory address, and that memory address is this address right here, this 72621E40. So this is your memory object, and that's the offset for it, and that points right to this one right here. So the first compare is going, hey, compare that address right here to this float 1, and then it's asking it, hey, is that less than or equal to 1? If it is, like say it's 0 now, so this would satisfy this little jump command, so it's going to jump down to original code. Next, this is the original code that was there in that location that it accessed, right? So it's taken that value in that memory address and shoving it into this XM register 8. Okay, we're not doing anything with that, but after that, right underneath of it, we're going to go, hey, take what's in XM8 and add it to this step up here, which is normally that. Then it's going to take that addition operation and shove it after it's finished back into XM8. Now it's going to come down here and it's going to take what's in XM8, which is increased by 0.001, and it's going to shove it back into this address, and this is going to increase by 0.001. Okay, then it's going to hit this skip by this exit label, and it's going to hit this jump return and run through the code like normal. Of course, this all gets cycled over and over and over again. So then it's going to come back up here, and it's going to compare, and it's going to do that over and over until it hits above 1, until it gets greater than 1, right? So let's say it comes in and it's now bigger than 1. So then it's going to hit this, and that's not going to, it's just not going to work for that jump. So now it's going to execute this line here, and it's going to take that float value, since it's above 1, and shove 0 into it. And now this goes from 1, basically 1, to 0. And then it does this, normal piece of code right here again. And then it just replicates the process over and over and over and again. So it goes from 0 to 1, and it just repeats the loop over and over, and that's what cycles the color hue. So this is really all we're messing with right now. You can mess with these if you want, but the hue is all we're really messing with here. And of course, the steps it's going through, this determines how fast it cycles through the colors. So pretty simple, right? It's a little more complicated than some of the other stuff, but it's still within, it's fairly easy. So let me execute the code, and I'll show you what it does here in the hue section. So as it's cycling through, we'll just leave it like that right there. So I'm going to activate it.
Rainbow colors activated.
And as you can see, it's counting. And once that hits 1, then it's going to hit that jump or less than equal to, and then it's going to shove 0 back into it and repeat the process over and over and over again. So it's really simple. See, there it hit greater than 1 and kicked it down to 0. It's just going to cycle it back through. So I think you get the point. Really stupid easy. Well, it's not quite stupid easy, but it's fairly easy once you figure out how to get it to loop through using jump assembly commands. So hopefully you found that interesting, or you learned something from it. Of course, if you're the copy and paste crowd, you've already copied the script and hauled ass, and you're playing around with it. So I guess you really don't give a rat's ass. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Until the next time, later. Okay, if you're part of the copy and paste crowd and you hauled ass and you're playing with the script, you probably already crashed your game now, maybe, because I forgot to mention that if you change the finish after the event's loaded up, you stand a high percentage of chance of crashing the game, so don't mess with the finish after the game's loaded.
Smash that like button and subscribe right now.